Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is DINI, AIRIL ADRIANAA binti ZAINUDIN, and I'm from SMK DATO HAJI Muhammad Redza Peringkat Negeri Sembilan. So today I'm going to review a book entitled The Da Vinci Code, which is the New York Times bestseller in 2004. This book was written by Dan Brown and it consists 489 pages in total. This story is about a genius symbologist named Robert Landon who received an urgent phone call from a detective at midnight to solve a murder case. The elderly curator of the famous museum in France, the Louvre Museum, has been murdered in the museum. Near the body, the police found a baffling code for Landon to solve the mystery of the murder case. The characters involved in this story is Robert Landon. He is the genius symbologist that cooperate with the detective in solving the mystery of the murder case that have connected in the work of art of Da Vinci. Robert joined forces with a gifted French cryptologist named Sophie Neveu, which is an important character in the story. The story begins when a monk named Silas apprehends Sonia. The museum's character demands to know about where the Holy Grail is. Next, after the curator tells Silas about the grail's location, Silas shoots him and leaves him to die. However, Sonia has lied to Silas about the grail's location. Unfortunately, Sonia realized that he has only a few minutes to live and decided he must pass on his important secret. Then, he decided to paint a pentacle on his stomach with his own blood. Then, he drags himself to the center of the circle, recreating the position of Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. Then, he left a code with a line of numbers and 2 lines of text on the ground with an invisible ink for Landon to solve the mystery of the murder case. Then, a police detective named Jeremy Collett calls Robert Landon, the story's protagonist and a professor of symbology, asks him to come to the Louvre Museum and to try to interpret the crime scene. Landon does not yet realize that he himself is the subject of the murder. Then, Silas follows Sonia's clues to the grail's location. Then, he discovers that he has been tricked. In a fit of rage, he kills Sister Sandrine Bill, the church keeper and a sentry of Priory of St. In the other side of the story, at the Louvre Museum, Landon meets Jeremy Collett and Basil Fitch, the police captain, and realizes that the 2 policemen suspected him of the murder. Then, after Landon joined forces with Sophie Neveu, an agent of the Department of Cryptology, and little did he know that Sophie is Sonia's granddaughter. Sophie has arrived at the crime scene and tells Landon that he must call the embassy. Then, after Landon has interpreted the crime scene with Sophie, Sophie tells Landon that the last line of the secret message, P.S. Find Robert Landon, was her grandfather's way of alerting her, because P.S. are the initials of her grandfather's nickname for her, Princess Sophie. But Landon thinks that P.S. might stand for Priory of St., an ancient brotherhood devoted to the preservation of the pagan goddess worship tradition and to the maintenance of the secret that Sonia died protecting. The values that I learned from this book, first, is how Landon is very committed and sincere in doing his job. For instance, he's very sensitive to every clue that he notices in every corner of the Louvre Museum, and to be able to spend for hours, days, and nights in the Louvre Museum. Secondly, is how Sophie is being observant and in solving the mystery of the murder case, and how she thinks out of the box. She never missed to interpret every important clue, and she always tries to understand what her grandfather's secret messages through the codes. Finally, I've learned the value of teamwork. I love how they apply their wisdom in every situation without any argument. Moreover, they have also been passionate with their commitment. Through this wonderful story, we can see a genius symbologist and cryptologist work hand in hand in solving the mystery of the murder case. Things that I love the most in this book is the connection between arts and life, and I think it sharpened my inquisitive mind in getting eager to know about what happened next. Well, eventually I will give this book 9 out of 10 star rating. I hope you guys enjoy this book just like I did, and I will recommend this book to those people who love mystery and some kind of plot twist in a story. That's all from me. Bye guys, enjoy reading!